What's up, guys? I'm back with another video. It's been a little bit of it's been a while. I've been pretty busy, got married, so I'm back with another video. And in this one, I'm going to be talking about the Arizona Cardinals and the wide receiver situation with the Cardinals. So we have a couple of moving pieces, a couple of things to note, some news items that I should probably cover real quick. And that starts with the Deandre Hopkins suspension ending with his return in Week 7. So Deandre Hopkins is coming back. And a lot of people are expecting him to be kind of slide in and be this like top 5 wide receiver for the Cardinals. And I think, or a top 5 wide receiver in general. And I think I'm tempering my expectations for that because of his past performance with the Cardinals and his most recent performance. I know past performance isn't a indicator of future performance, but it is a way to kind of get a feel for what his role is going to be like in this offense. So we're going to head back to 2021. We're going to see that he kind of became a low target touchdown type of player. As you could see, he was kind of hobbled last season. I know he got injured like in week 8. That's when he got injured. He was out for a while, came back, was also not targeted very much, had a touchdown in his return, and then in the last week of the season before he got injured again, he had 13 targets but only for 5 for 54. So his role in this offense kind of really changed. In the first season with the Cardinals, he was a target hog for the offense. Last season, he only had Christian Kirk to contend with, and I think like Andy Isabella and some other guys like really auxiliary pieces were not very effective. But yeah, that's kind of what his role became, and he was very touchdown dependent, middling wide receiver 2, who gave you some real dull performances, scattered throughout some of these touchdown games. So now we have a suspension. We have him coming back. He's 30 years old. He's on a pretty decrepit offense right now, which we expect to get better with his return. But then you now bring in this other news item, which is the fact that Marquise Brown is going to be out for about 6 weeks. We don't know what the foot injury is or the ankle injury. I'm assuming it's some type of like minor fracture. I saw some news reports. You might check out for yourselves what you see there. Now Marquise Brown has been absolutely amazing for the Cardinals. He's been a target hog. He's been getting new touchdowns. He's been getting new yardage. He's been great. He's been one of the biggest steals of the draft, and it's unfortunate that he's now out. So what does that mean, right? So that means that they went out and they got a guy like Robby Anderson. They traded for him from the Panthers. He was super frustrated. He had like an Antonio Brown moment where he walked out. I thought he was going to take off his shirt too and fling it into the stands or something, but he didn't go full Antonio Brown. But he was traded pretty much the next day. So the next morning he was gone. And I kind of work backwards from the pyramid. So it starts with Hopkins. I think he's going to be the number 1 guy for the Cardinals, obviously. And the second guy who I think was going to fill in and be a target hog, especially between the lines, right? And that's Rondale Moore. So now Rondale Moore came back in week 4. He had 86% of the snaps, not very involved, 5 for 3 for 11. That's he might have been dropped. But then 91% of snaps, 7 for 68 on 8 targets, and then 6 for 49 on 10 targets with a 99% snap percentage. Now you take out Marquise Brown, you add DeAndre Hopkins. I don't see why his snap rate goes down. He's still going to be that gadget guy. He's still going to be the Cardinals offense, as I said, really struggles when Kyler Murray is dropping back. He's either throwing off his back foot like some deep, ridiculous pass that's getting to no one, or he's going short to Ertz, Rondale Moore. So that's the type of guy that I think you're going to want. It's the guy that I'm targeting in most of my fantasy leagues. I'm going for Rondale Moore. I'm trying to trade any like low upside wide receiver 3s that I have for him to any managers who might not be so optimistic about him. I know it might be buying high at this moment because you see that not only is has his snap percentage gone up, but his involvement has gone up. And I think you might be buying high on him, but I think he's going to be very productive. And you can kind of lump in Zach Ertz on that same exact argument that he's still going to continue to get a lot of targets. And if the offense does make a turnaround the way everyone is expecting, I think it's going to benefit a guy like Rondale Moore more than it will a guy like Robby Anderson, who's next on the pyramid, at the bottom of the pyramid. Still perhaps a compelling guy to go after and to trade for or to pick up, because, I mean, at the end of the day, you're speculating, right? You're speculating on the on the prospect that this offense will take a step forward, that they have so many offensive pieces and so much offensive firepower with a guy like Kyler Murray. And I know everybody's ripping on Kingsbury right now, but I mean, he has shown us that he can direct or conduct a good offense. So on that note, to Robby Anderson, I mean, he's 29, he's 6'3", he's got a 4.36 speed or something like that, and he still has that speed, as we've seen. And he's now coming to a team that just lost their field stretcher. They just lost Marquise Brown. And I think Deandre Hopkins becomes a possession receiver, kind of middle of the field type of player. Robby Anderson becomes the deep threat. Rondale becomes the short yardage guy. Rondale and Ertz, of course. So that's my expectation. And I think with someone like Robby Anderson, if you need a pop-off week, if you're down, after a Thursday night where your opponent pops off and you need somebody to get you big points, I think Robby Anderson could be a good speculative ad. He's somebody that I'll, throw at the end of my bench if I've got a spot. If I have like a depth running back, I might, be willing to pick up a Robby Anderson for, I don't know, if you have someone like Kenyon Drake, or if you have who just had a good game, if you have like a Tyler Algier, or these kind of like middling running backs who can never really win you a week, see if, throw something out for Robby Anderson, just see what happens. But that's essentially my take on the Cardinals offense. I think it's going to be a pretty even split in terms of yardage and targets. I mean, you still have Zach Ertz, who's looked great this past week. And then, you have the addition of DeAndre Hopkins coming back from the suspension, Rondale Moore, and Robby Anderson. And that is my order. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope it helps. Let me know what you guys think. If you're super against picking up Robby Anderson, if you think he's washed, if you think this is simply just a depth ad, let me know. I might actually agree. So take it easy, guys. Hope you enjoy the video, and like and subscribe. If you did, stay tuned. I'm going to be releasing a couple videos in the next couple of days. So peace out, guys.